Good morning, YouTube. I'm going to issue you a challenge to prove me wrong in this video.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is my dealership, NG Supercars. It's a little bit quiet here because it's the day after Christmas, so Josh is still on vacation, and well, there's not a whole lot going on. But I thought of a video idea, and I'm hoping you guys can prove me wrong. Before we get into it real quick, if you'd like to support us, check out normalguysupercar.com, our parts and services website, and NG Supercars, our dealership website. So thank you to all of you that support us. So over the years, I've produced over 2,600 or so videos, and unfortunately, YouTube tends to reward videos that are more negative than positive. So if you have a title that's more negative or a little bit misleading or whatever, it tends to do better if you're very truthful or positive or any sort of thing like that. And that's reasonably true for our channel as well. So generally, if we have a topic that is more salacious and like scandalous or drama or whatever, it does better. In the few videos I've done recently, there's been a few negative things that I talked about. We talked about like two things that are very frustrating as a small business owner, and I also talked about some things that go wrong or whatever with just running this business. And here's the thing. Yes, those are negative topics, and some people were giving us some feedback about that. By the way, excuse the rain. It's kind of a crappy day out today. But the reality is that most of the time, everything goes pretty smooth, and I don't bitch about these things. So the vast majority of our transactions, the vast majority of our sales, the majority of our customers, all are really pretty easy. But that's not drama. That doesn't really make for a great story. If I just sat here and came on video and was like, hey, we just had another transaction go perfectly smooth and nothing went wrong and the customer's completely happy and we're ecstatic, I think you guys would probably not watch that video. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about that for a minute in this video and prove that you guys aren't gonna wanna watch that because it's just kind of boring. That's the unfortunate reality, is when things go right, it's boring, and boring is great. Boring in business is wonderful. If everything's boring, that means things are probably going pretty well. Well, okay, if you're bored because you're not getting any sales, that sucks. But I mean, if you're getting sales and the transactions are going smooth and people are paying easily and they get the car and they send us an email and they're like, I'm completely happy. The shipper arrived on time and unloaded the car perfectly and I drove it and nothing broke, and thank you guys. Which that is the case for most of the transactions except for the shipper part. That's a lie. That almost never happens. They almost never come on time. But everything else, getting the car, being completely pleased with it, driving it and enjoying it, and like literally sending us an email days or weeks later with a picture of the car saying, I love it or whatever. We get that all the time. And that's wonderful. And that's what keeps us going. And that's the stuff that's motivating. But it's stuff that's absolutely terrible for YouTube videos. Same thing with parts and services. So when we sell our parts, we sell exhaust or whatever. And when people get the exhaust, we get a lot of emails. They're like, oh my God, I love this exhaust. It sounds incredible. It's insane. It's exactly what I wanted, blah, blah, blah. Those sorts of things. Yeah, those videos wouldn't do very well. Instead, you want to hear about the guy who ordered the exhaust and immediately wanted a refund or bitched about something, whatever, right? The difficult clients, the difficult customers, those are the ones that make for interesting stories, unfortunately. Like I said, that's the majority of our customers, and we're super grateful to all those people. In fact, thank you to all of you who have bought stuff from us over the years and been a client of ours and been easy to work with, because that's wonderful, and we do appreciate that. And even the clients who have been difficult, we do thank you for your support anyway, even though it's difficult, and we hope we made it right with you. We try our best. We're not always perfect. We're human, but we're trying. We're trying very hard. So as long as we're at the shop and it's kind of boring and quiet and the rain stopped, well, for the moment, let me show you 3 cars that we got in recently and talk about a 4th that's not ours, but it's here. We have this super, super clean blue with black stripes Mustang GT500. So if you know, the last GT500 we got, and we sold it immediately. It only lasted like a week, and everything seemed to go pretty well with that. Again, easy transaction, super easy customer to deal with, was really happy with it. This car 2,000 something miles. It's under 3,000 miles. It's closer to 2,000 miles. We are going to put some miles on this one. So the other one, we didn't really get to do a good proper review on it. I would like to do a proper review. Obviously not going to do it when it's raining, because this car is sketchy enough when it's dry. So when it's rainy, it's got to be an absolute nightmare to drive this thing. No, thank you. I would rather keep it in one piece. Over here we have a badass Corvette C6 Grand Sport Centennial Edition. You can see it's got all sorts of special 100-year anniversary stuff. It's a special color that only was available on the Centennial Edition. It's got these kind of matte, really cool stripes on the hood that carry onto the rear of the car. It's got like a little sticker right here, 100 years of Chevrolet. Oh no, they convinced whoever had this thing to do those stupid glass etching. That's such a waste of money. I think it's, oh yeah, auto locks, which is really annoying. But the interior is the 4LT package, which I didn't know was a thing. It's got Alcantara on the seats, on the center console, on the not the dashboard. The steering wheel. So it's just a super, super awesome car. New tires on it, very clean, only like, I want to say it's like 14,000 miles. I can't remember the exact miles, but really, really nice car. I need to get this out and do a review of it. We had a previous C6 and it sold before we even got a chance to review it. So this thing I would like to get out and actually review it when it's a dry day. And then finally, we got an ultra clean, unmodified 1999 BMW M Coupe. We have a clown chute. And if you didn't know, I love these cars because when we were younger, my brother actually bought one of these brand new. It was kind of like his graduation from college present to himself when he got his first real job as an engineer. These things are awesome. It's super fun. Great manual transmission in it. They drive wonderfully. I mean, it's basically like a Z3 with a little bit more power and a hatchback. Now, I know some people hate the look of these. I think they look awesome. And they actually have, you know, a bit of practicality to it. So you can actually fit some stuff in there. I remember my brother used to bring his dog in his. Again, gonna have to get this out for review on a nice day because it's so clean. There's just no way I would drive this thing around in the rain right now because it's just, yeah, unmodified, 20-ish thousand miles, just a touch over 20,000 miles on it. For one of those guys that saw one of these back in the day and didn't get a chance to own it, this is your chance to have one. The auction going on today, believe it or not, during Christmas week, there's a couple cars of interest. They had a 2006 Celine Extreme Mustang, and they wanted like some crazy number for it. They wanted a higher number for it than one that had recently sold on Bring a Trailer. So I'm like, no, there's no way. Oh, hey, look, our replacement pressure washer arrived, so that didn't take long. So hopefully I'll try and get that installed today. I guess that's a project I can do while it's rainy and crappy. Get that taken care of, but. Oh, nice. And finally, I wanted to show you, we have a Lamborghini Gallardo that's in the shop. Now, this is actually already sold. So this is a client's car. We facilitated the transaction, and so far the client, again, been a pretty easy, reasonable transaction. So not real exciting. Doesn't make great YouTube content, but he's happy because this was a rare color and he specifically wanted to get this color or a similar color. So it's one of those where like you gotta kind of jump on it, and we were able to negotiate a lower price. So he actually saved more money by hiring us than if he had just gone and bought the car. Cool. See, our consultation works sometimes. He's really happy with it. He would like to fly out and drive it home, but before he does that, he wants us to change the oil and just kind of do a once over and make sure everything's fine. So we're gonna do that, and that's why it's on the lift. Although I still have to order the oil and oil filter. Although I think if I remember right, he said he wants to send us some sort of special oil for it. Okay, super cool to have another Gallardo here. This one, when it came in, a bit of drama. Here you go, here's some drama. When it arrived off the trailer, battery was completely dead. Not just like sort of dead, like completely 0% energy in it dead. I could not get enough charge on it to start the car while I was in the truck. So I tried jump packs and all that stuff. I don't have the right size battery for it sitting around. So we ended up running a charger. We have a fast charger, plugged it in, put it on the battery, let it charge for over an hour. Got enough juice to at least just put it in the neutral let it roll out of the truck. Okay, so at least it was out of the truck, the driver could go. And then I just left it charging for pretty much the entire day, and it was able to start it up. Now, interesting thing about Gardos, if you didn't know, when the battery dies completely, you have to, actually this is true of the Ferraris too, you have to lock and unlock them to reset the immobilizer and the alarm system on them. And it was a pain in the ass because it had so little juice that you couldn't even get the doors to lock. So the alarm kept going off and it kept turning on the hazards and all this stuff. Complete pain in the ass. And of course, every time it did that, it would use up more juice and made it harder for the damn charger to get enough juice for the thing. So it was like this vicious cycle of like the alarm going off, killing the battery, and then you couldn't get the alarm to reset, so then it killed the battery. Yeah, anyway, pain in the butt. So prove me wrong. Here's what I'm hoping is, even though this is talking about stuff that's good, you know, easy clients, wonderful transactions, the vast majority of clients, let's see if we can get enough views to make this do better than the negative content. If it does, if you guys can prove me wrong that positive content does better, I will focus on positive content. Believe me, I would much rather talk about all the good things that happen and all of our wonderful clients. Even if you just say, hey, you know what, even though it doesn't get the views, just sprinkle some of that in here and there. Okay, I can do that. We can sprinkle in some positive stories amongst all the negativity because we know how it is. It's YouTube. It rewards drama. It doesn't reward boring. But, you know, we can talk about boring if you'd like. Well, you know my six-wheeled Jeep thing.
Yeah, your videos are supposed to be a sales tool, Dan. That sounds wonderful.
Oh, that's the best
amazing.
Best sounding Jeep I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
It's at the shop around the corner, and I just got a message from him saying, basically, you know, the rear axle is destroyed, so they had to, find a replacement. And he found a used one, like the cheapest one they could find that was in good condition is like $2,500. So this whole stupid thing's gonna end up probably costing $4 or $5 grand, which we thought maybe it was gonna only cost like 2 or 3, double the price. Yay! So I gotta drive over there and give him a deposit for the parts. So. Merry Christmas. Well, okay, so I got a little bit of drama for you. This Gardo, so the battery is toast, even though its manufacture date is March of this year, so it's not even a year old. It might have a warranty on it. Deca battery. Okay, it's got some phone number. For nationwide warranty information, call this number. I'll try and call it and see if we can get a free battery, but it is not holding charge. Awesome. That's always fun. So now I need to get that replaced. If they don't have one, I need to get one from O'Reilly's. So I need to, yeah, fun stuff. Okay, it might actually be holding a charge. The battery tender was being weird. So battery tender didn't have the lights on properly. It was like flashing one of the lights. And so I opened the door and it ran the prime pump. So maybe it does have a charge. I'm gonna try and start it. If it starts, then I guess it is holding charge. So hooray. If not, then boo. So let's try and see what we can do. Doesn't seem to have a lot of charge, and the pump seems to be running a little slow, but. Okay, I guess it is holding charge enough to at least start. That's a good sign. Now I don't have to replace the damn thing. All right, it's been a, I don't know, hour or something? Couple hours since last talked. All right, 4:30, Scuderia is here. We're gonna be doing headers on that tomorrow. Guess we might as well do a video on that because you guys want to see me suffer. So speaking of those negative things, remember I was telling you about those negative things that get good views? Those suck. The headers, they're gonna be awful. But they're badass. The Capresto headers, absolutely gorgeous with heat blankets. The heat blankets are gonna make it even harder. Yay. Just chilling here. Actually, it's the day after Christmas and we're just avoiding working mostly. So I'm gonna sit down and just sit down for a little bit. Well, YouTube, it's 5-ish o'clock. Got some stuff done. Got a review of the BMW M Coupe done. So I still need to review the GT500 and of course the Corvette C6. I'll have to find time to do that. We're gonna be working on the Scud tomorrow, so that'll be another video. So stay tuned for that. Like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate when you guys can support us. So again, NG Supercars is the dealership website, and Normal Guy Supercar is the parts and services website. Use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And of course, you can buy stuff from the shop link below right here on YouTube, which is pretty cool. But that's it. So we'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to be doing a lot of cool car stuff. So again, let me see how many views we get. And if you guys want to see more positive stuff, we'll talk about more positive stuff and good experiences. We truly appreciate all your guys' support. It's been phenomenal. And you guys are the reason that we were able to do this. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. It's going to be sweet.